Hello, today we are going to focus on how to alleviate all the stress and anxiety, not all of it, but a lot of the stress, anxiety, and pressure that we feel. It's amazing how much of an epidemic stress and anxiety is among people, among my clients. And I have clients from all over the world, many different countries and cultures, and it seems a common theme. People feel overwhelmed, they feel exhausted, they're tired, they're anxious, they're worried, and it just eats us up alive. And you know, this is something that I challenge myself to alleviate and to help me live a life of simplicity, live a life of minimalism, live a life of contentment and finding inner peace within. And that is something that we're not accustomed to. So that's what we're going to talk about for this session. If you are interested in some fabulous coaching, very affordable, shoot me an email. The description is, my email address is in the description, and it is life-changing. I have a coach, and it makes a huge difference in the quality of life. And sorry for my repeat listeners that have to listen to that plug, but if you could just bear with me during that short promotion. Okay. We are, as I talked about in many of the videos, we are conditioned to live externally. And a lot of people can't understand why they feel so anxious, why they feel so stressed. Well, we have so many like puppet strings pulling at us. We've got the job, we got a wife, a husband, family members, children, not to mention all the different possessions and bills and financial obligations and responsibilities we have. And we have this underlying sense of discontentment. Don't be fooled. Discontentment is conditioned into you. It's conditioned into you from a very young age, because that's the way people can control you. That's the way people can extract your life energy. They can extract your financial resources, is making you feel like who you are, how you are, where you are, what you are is not good enough. And so that's a real common theme in coaching, is that people don't feel like they're doing enough, and people don't feel like they are good enough. And so then we overcompensate with that by chasing external things, falsely believing that those external things are going to fill that void or make us feel better or build our self-esteem or give us contentment. And it never fails. As I've talked about in other videos, you get the whatever external thing you were chasing, you get a temporary bump, and then you return to what your previous baseline of happiness was. And this is an exhausting treadmill to run. It just wears you out. Now, what we tend to do is we want to have so many things coming at us. It reminds me of an old classic program called I Love Lucy. And Lucy's working on a chocolate factory. And in the chocolate factory, she's packing all the chocolates in the boxes. And the machine starts slowly. And you know, so she's able to keep up with the speed, and then slowly more and more chocolates, the machine conveyor belt speeds up even more chocolates are coming at her. She starts getting overwhelmed, she starts not being able to handle and box all of them, creates a lot of stress and anxiety. Then she starts stuffing them in her mouth, putting them in her shirt, and you could just see this is not a good situation. And this is how we live. We have too much on our plate. We have too many chocolates. I wouldn't even know if we call them chocolates. Maybe too much Brussels sprouts coming at us that we are trying to deal with and that we're trying to manage. And this, unless we cut down on the inflow, we are going to struggle with stress, anxiety, stress, and pressure. It's inevitable. And a lot of people think, oh, you know, maybe I need to meditate more. Maybe I need to read more self-help books. Maybe I need to go see a psychiatrist and take some anxiety medication. You know, we have all these external solutions that we think are going to fix us without stopping the inflow. We've got too much going on in our lives. How many times have you heard people say, I'm so busy. I'm so busy. I have no time. Oh, I didn't call you back because I'm so busy, this, that, and the other. And especially now with our digital leashes, you know, having the phone and stuff like that where we're always accessible, we don't have time to unplug. We're constantly our puppet strings are constantly being pulled at. So what I work on in coaching and what I apply in my life and continuing to apply is, what can I get rid of? There's a principle called the 80-20 principle, in that if you have 10 things to do in a day, 2 of them will give you 80% return on time invested. So 2 of them are the highest priority. The other 8 things that you have to do in a given day will only give you a 20% return. And so that's what we're usually get distracted with and dealing with, is the urgent but not necessarily important. Now, you know, I'm sure some of these things I've already covered in other sessions, so this might be review for some other people, but it's, you know, Warren Buffett said a great quote. He says, you know, successful people say no to just about everything. And I think that's one of the challenges we have, and a lot of my clients have, is learning to say no to things, learning to say no to obligations, family obligation, friend obligation. Now there's some things that obviously you want to do, but you want to focus on what's the 20%. Time is a limited resource, only 168 hours in a week, and when you start subtracting sleep, work, commute time, shopping and making food, just taking care of basic household chores, spending time with family and the kids and things like that, you really have a small window of available space. You know, one of the clients, we actually did that. We did a whole calculation of all the things that they have to do, like a budget. We did a time budget. So they had 168 hours a week, and I encourage people to do this, and we started subtracting. Okay, you know, you have to go to school, you have to do this, you have to do that. And we were in shock, or he was in shock especially, about how little time he has available to accomplish what he wants in life. And that's why he felt like he was being stretched and pulled. I mean, we're just overwhelmed. We're overwhelmed, and the way we do that is, you know, cut expenses, cut physical possessions, and learning how to simplify as much as we can, as many things as we can, and even doing, like, you know, being ruthless, you know, writing out your schedule. This is something really good to do for a week. Write out in a Gmail calendar or an Apple calendar, write out where your time goes, how you're spending your time, and you'll see how little of it you have, what a precious resource it is, how short life is, and the importance of applying the 80-20 principle and saying yes to only those 20% that are your highest priorities. And then just, yeah, be ruthless simplification. Digitally as well, because I think, you know, when we simplify, we minimize, we focus on physical clutter, but there's a lot of digital clutter. That's one of my big struggles, is digital clutter. And we want to read all the articles, we want to have all the tabs open, we want to subscribe to all the podcasts or to you know, different channels or Facebook. It's just, when you simplify and you get rid of all the clutter, you're really able to much better enjoy what you do have. Okay, thank you very much for listening, and appreciate your comments, subscription, and again, if you're interested in very affordable coaching, shoot me an email, and until next time, bye-bye.